OK. You want to see to the till?
I don't mind. You do it if you want to. I'll get on with the shelves.
OK.
Do you know, it's how she talked to me about you. That's what shocked me the most.
Well, you know, it must have come from Charlie, babe.
Like, I knew you were planning to attack him and I couldn't stop you because I was so weak and scared. Doesn't she realise she's talking about herself?
Yeah. You tried to open her eyes, and what did she do? She tried to scratch yours out.
I know. Are these the usual price?
I've done a copy of the new list.
All my time growing up and I just wanted a friend like her.
Darling, you can't beat yourself.
I always thought that it would blow over and we'd be friends again, no matter what came between us.
Now, you listen. You're my best friend, and you can always, always rely on me, yeah?
Yeah? Now, where's that list?
I see. I trust that everything that was said last night has sunk in.
Of course it has, Fred.
Could you replenish, Betty, love?
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Excuse me.
I'll hear no recriminations, no vindictive whispers, and not a word more about this unsavoury fratching.
You said your piece last night, Fred. It's heat of the moment stuff for all of us, fair dues. But now it's time Shelley had a fair hearing.
Shawless does. Getting to be an habit, is this?
There's two sides to this, don't forget.
The only side that concerns me is my bar manager behaving like a washhouse trollop, and this on top of all the squabbles and the after-hours carryings on and that business with Beverly.
Yeah, let's leave out the sins of the mother, shall we?
I'm really, really sorry, Fred. It's just a row that got out of hand, that's all.
Was it else? Anita went off on one. She was provoked.
She's a barmaid. She's above being provoked.
You know what Dev had done to me?
What I know is, whatever went on should never have been brought on these premises.
No, especially when he's your old mate.
Certainly. He's a trusted friend and a respected member of this community.
Yeah, he's been using your public bar to slander my good name.
The only good name that concerns me is the one that my customers walk beneath when they come through my doors. And if you can't protect that from slander and ridicule, then what the heck am I paying you for?
It won't happen again, Fred.
So never mind that I'm Mr. Fix-It on the cheap up and down your flaming cellar every 5 minutes.
You're not, I can't replace. And that goes for a pair of you. You live here at my discretion, and if that discretion says to me that I'm best off rid, then you'll both end up on street. Shape yourselves up and look sharp about it. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Yes, Fred.
He's got it coming, Dev. I swear to you.
Hey, we've had enough threats round here to be going on with, thank you.
You're bright and early.
Here's the man we have to thank for all this.
King of the spreadsheets. Yeah, I hope it's making sense to you.
Oh, it will. I want you to take note of everything that happens in here.
In other words, I'm king of the kettle. One sugar. Oh, you're right. I just had a cup, thanks. Give us a shout when you want one. OK.
Fancy coming out for a spot of food tonight? You know, family thing. It's OK with Penny.
I'll have to run it by Frank.
Oh, there's no need. I'll give her a buzz this morning.
Ayla, have you noticed how different we all right?
How do you mean?
Well, between sheets, like. I mean, you know, folk that start looking on that internet at all them steamy pictures, they get ideas, love.
It's like you're watching Carol Smiley. Next news, you're bobbing up a dado rail. Roy's been doing some research on the computer, actually, Janice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I bet he's got a dirty camera. What do they call them, then?
A webcam.
Yeah.
There's nothing dirty about a webcam.
Shows what you know.
Yes, well, I know my husband, and I know that Roy wouldn't do anything so degrading or revolting.
No, he just reached for the top shelf in newsagents like everyone else.
Yeah. whereas I've got to resort to using my imagination. Just explain to me how a looker like that could come from the loins of Baldwin.
Oh, do you mind?
Make no mistake, that lad has got cheekbones.
Well, don't expect her to agree with you. Danny's more airtight.
Why is it we're spoilt for choice, eh, now with all them years with Uncle Fester?
What's all the rabbiting about?
Mr. Baldwin, was it great-grandpa Baldwin or great-granny Baldwin who had the, you know, cheekbones?
I'm not interested, son.
Oh, Mr. Baldwin, I've got a doctor's appointment this afternoon.
How come I didn't know about this before?
Well, he only got it this morning.
Well, you ain't got it no more, have you? You don't go anywhere without giving me a day's notice, understand?
You can't stop me from going doctors.
Try me, Lippy. Now, the rest of you, get down to it, all right?
Can't see myself doing that.
Do what I do. Get yourself a good Rottweiler.
Sorry to barge in, Mel, but I've done tea and toast. Did you not hear me?
My apologies. I seem to have lost all relish for the day ahead.
Oh, now, look, if this is about that tape, then...
No, it's the black dog descending, and you wouldn't happen to have a very small nip of malt whiskey to hand?
Oh, no. Emily might have some tonic wine.
No matter. The gloom that afflicts me will yield to neither grape nor grain.
Oh, look, this'll cheer you up. Emily's gone hospital visiting. I mean, I know the sight of her in a pinny must send the muse scurrying for cover, but now you've got a whole day of peace and quiet just to write.
To stretch my creative sinews on the rack of self-delusion.
Oh, don't say that, Mel. Look, I'm sure you'd feel better if you just try and write something.
Try, Norris. Have you ever observed the salmon? It struggles its way upstream, and then the price for its efforts is death. Mind you, at least it spawns. I'm barren.
Look, we all go through a rocky patch. A few years back, I thought I was done for. I mean, I'd lost my job, and my marriage was finished. But you see, then Rita threw me a lifeline, and everything changed. Oh, if I could do that for someone as talented as yourself, well, I'd really feel I'd achieved something.
Norris, if only loyalty were the currents of this vulgar, money-obsessed world. But as it is, my one last hope lies with the generosity of others who may perhaps offer assistance to contribute to the costs of publishing my book.
That's the spirit. You see, you will finish this book. Now, are you coming for your breakfast?
May I have it on a tray?
Of course.
And perhaps a scrape of the widow's damson preserve.
Right.
Go easy on the kitchen, Betty. Don't go slopping your hot pot around till the adhesive's dry.
Right. It's our love. Always odd is that one. I can never make out, you know, what's going through that mind of his.
Who can?
Huh? You should have seen him last night. I swear he was getting a kick out of it, you know.
Why was he getting a kick out of it? It's not like they were fighting over him.
What gets me is she always sticks up for Charlie, but will she stick up for herself? No way.
Come here, do you reckon Dev even paid 50 quid to give him that china?
Who knows?
Wow. Why are my ears burning?
Oh, we weren't talking about you, love.
Oh, no?
No.
So why did he climb up when I walked in?
No, I was just saying to Betty that I didn't think Dev would be the type to pal around with the kind of pond life that would take 50 quid to give a bloke a slap.
So you're trying to say that Charlie wasn't attacked?
Oh, well, I mean, you know the sort of scrapes that fellas get into. Are you sure that Dev was behind that punch?
Oh, so Charlie's lying to me now, is he? What is this?
She's not calling anybody a liar.
Not much. Now, you listen to me. Fred may own this place, but never forget that you answer to me. And if you want to slag off my partner, then I'll give you your cards, and you can do it in another pub.
Hiya. Good morning, love.
Any mail for me, Roy?
No. Usual, Hayley.
Please. Looks like you've got my share. That looks intriguing.
Not really.
All right, Jimbo.
Morning, love. Now, Roy, when are you and me getting down to brass tacks?
Something just ordinary, then.
Very mundane, yes. I'm sorry, Diggory.
Bread, lad. Bread. You need it, I bake it.
I have a long-standing arrangement with my supplier.
Aye. The van's beeping, endangering kiddies. Why? When you've me next door.
What was it, then?
My responsibility to my customers is to supply them with the best bread, not merely the nearest to hand.
Why, there's a gauntlet to throw down.
Why won't you tell me, Roy?
There is such a thing as privacy, Hayley.
I'll supply you 20% off for first month. See if we won't change your tune, eh?
And that's your last word on the matter?
Yes.
Splendid. We'll call it a gentleman's agreement, eh? Ha-ha.
We used to call it animal magnetism. Touch of the Richard Burtons. Speak of the devil.
Oh. Do you think so, Rita? Yeah, well, Mel certainly has a way about him. Quite a persuasive way, actually.
Do you fancy being the next Liz Taylor?
Oh.
Bit long in the tooth for schoolgirl swooning.
Oh, good gracious, I wasn't swooning.
He's seeking inspiration, not trawling the cobbles for a concubine.
Well, his charm certainly hasn't rubbed off on you, has it?
Female company is a distraction he doesn't need, and he's getting all the creative support he requires from me.
Yes. Well, from what he told me, it's not creative support that he wants. It's a few bob to get his book published. You know, Rita, I'd chip in myself if I thought it would help.
I think you're mistaking this man of letters for some sort of gigolo.
Norris?
I said chip in, Norris, not make him a kept man. Phew, talk about possessive.
Well, can't he come up with the money himself? I mean, he's written a bestseller.
That was years ago, Rita. I mean, you don't catch John Grisham trimming his little shirt cuffs with nail scissors. No. And, you know, there's something that almost breaks my heart when I see a man of his age who hasn't set himself up in life.
Well, how much does something like this cost?
Yes. Come on, Mr. Know-It-All.
Well, I don't know off the top of my head, but now I think on... How many are there of us in the book group? I mean, if we all pitched in, maybe we'd be getting somewhere.
Well, thank you. And if we all work with each other, maybe we can help him out.
Yeah, but don't let's use words like help him out, because that smacks of a begging bowl, and he's a very proud man, is Mel.
What?
Hey, you know what they're all saying about last night, pal?
Not in the mood, mate.
Oh, flaming hell. Bring us around the ceiling.
Hey, check this. Tyrone reckons if everyone's wearing bikinis with a bit of mud, Rover's going to charge admission.
Yeah, well, if Dev comes near me today, he'll see what he gets.
What are you going to do, big man, eh? Set Shelley
Now
on him?
I'll kill him. Just bring me the flaming gun, all right?
Well, I'm telling you, no one did ring, so... Right, well, I won't have time to get changed then, will I? Right, bye. Mike never left a message about going out for a meal, did he?
No.
No, that's what I said. Of course, my darling husband swears blind I'm the one who's forgot. We've been summoned by the Godfather. A meeting of the family.
Frankie, how's Roy been today?
All right. Honestly, I'll tell you, the day my Danny sides with me rather than Uncle Mike, well, I'll probably find an horse's head under my duvet or something.
Yeah,
Right, it's all hands to the pumps.
They all have the quirks, don't they? Men. Urges. Tendencies.
Come again?
Desires that we can't always fulfill.
Speak for yourself.
They're not like us, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you're more like them than most, darling.
And I know about secret lives because I've lived one. But with me and Roy, everything's out in the open. It's the one thing they've always put me faith in, but no, I'm not so sure it's true. Frankie, you don't happen to have seen what was in that big envelope that came in the post for Roy this morning?
Yeah, something about the Bay of Naples.
Naples, Italy?
Oh, Hayley, for crying out loud. Hey, the mafia's big out there and all. Should be me going. I'd feel at home. Right. Catch you later.
Who hasn't dreamt of leaving a legacy behind? Something lasting for when we're long gone.
Hello, Betty, love.
Oh, hey, how are we with fisticuffs? Are we on for the second round?
Is everything all right?
Well, I don't really know, love.
What's the matter, Betty?
I feel, very shaky.
Now, tell me what's happened.
Well, I just heard that Charlie Stubbs on the phone, and I think he's trying to get a gun.
You what?
Oh, are you sure?
Well, you know what he wants it for, don't you? To use on Dev.
Well, he did mention that, yeah.
No, you've done the right thing coming to me, Betty.
Have I?
Well, gosh, I'm your neighbourhood watch coordinator.
Oh.
I've got the ear of the local constabulary.
Right.
Yeah, but first things first, we need to warn Dev.
Hey, you can't go off scaring folk without knowing what you're talking
Betty
about.
knows what she's heard.
Yeah, what if I'm wrong?
And what if you're right and you do nothing, eh? Excuse me.
Good bag on it.
Excuse the clothes. I think we've got crossed wires somewhere.
Frankie, love, I never noticed. You look fantastic, sweetheart.
Oh, Jamie?
We couldn't compete with Leanne.
G&T, please, darling. So, what's the big occasion, Mike?
There isn't one. I just thought we should do something to welcome Adam into the fold.
Here, here.
Cheers. Just want to say, Dad, whatever happens, there'll always be a job for you around the world.
Well, if the day ever comes, shoot me.
So what they've been teaching you?
That this is the man to watch, apparently. Totally fearless, even with Janice Battersby. Go on, Dan. Tell us your secret.
All right, well, I was thrown into a factory full of women when I was 15. By mid-morning on the Thursday, I was completely without my strides and I probably had about a dozen signatures on me Harris in lipstick. It dawned on me pretty sharpish if I wanted to get home with me clobber intact and a bit of self-respect, I had to watch them girls, learn how to play them. Because I tell you something, son, one mistake and I'd have been back to square one. That's about it, really. Obviously, I wouldn't want to wish any of that on a lad, but you've asked me how I learned to manage, and that's it. Straight in, deep end, amongst the muck and bullets.
Well, Adam's a bright young chap. I'm sure he'll pick things up in his own way.
Oh, of course, Ben, but what I'm saying is, there's only so much you can learn by watching, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Please. Oh, you mustn't go out there, Mel.
Norris.
There's a gunman at large. I've informed my police contacts. Just give it 5 minutes for the coast to clear and you... What have we got all your bags together for?
Now, please don't make this any more difficult for me than it is.
You're not leaving.
You and Mrs. Bishop have been extremely kind.
But you don't need to go. I've spoken to Audrey.
But it is for her that I do this, as much as for myself. I cannot allow her to be drawn moth-like to the flame of ruined promise.
But you don't understand. I'm bringing you fresh hope.
Please, would you just let me drift away? Much as Eskimos lash themselves to the icebergs when they become a burden to those around them.
But that's it. You're not a burden.
Norris, if I can achieve nothing, please let me beat an honourable retreat.
But I think I can get the members of the book group to club together and raise enough money to get your book published.
Really?
Yes, you'll be back on the shelves where you belong. but excuse me now, because I must go and inform members of the watch.
Truly a gentleman and a scholar, Norris. Oh, Norris, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Right. Blanche, it's me, Norris. I've got the neighbourhood watch hat on. No, not really. That's just a turn of phrase. Now, I don't want you to be alarmed, but I've just managed to avert a very serious crime that was about to take place right next door to you. Yeah?
You learn by doing, not by looking on from the sidelines. But how can you do that with our place? I mean, we're just a small operation, aren't we?
Can we talk about something else?
Frankie, love, do us a favour. This is about the lad's future. I'm a dad. This is something close to me heart.
Yeah, well, I'm his dad, and I'm saying don't worry. He'll shape up all right.
Says the ex-head boy from the School of Hard Knocks.
Precisely. He ain't like me and you, Unc. I mean, he deserves the best start he can get. What would you do, Pen?
Start him off on the smaller jobs and build from there.
Right. See, now that is spot on. But the jobs at our place are so small, it'll take him half a lifetime to pick up anything worth knowing.
Well, He doesn't have to do all his training in Underworld.
Oh, yes, he does. Do you think I want a rival snapping him up?
Well, I could do with someone. Say, 3 times a week, training manager. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm up for it. Cheers.
Great. Mike?
Well, I don't see why not.
There'll be plenty of muck and a fair few bullets.
Nice one. Well, it's a great opportunity, son.
Always ready to help, Danny.
Hey, Dad, look.
Charlie Stubbs?
No.
Yeah, it's me.
How can I help?
We've reason to believe you have a firearm on the premises.
You what?
Do you have a firearm, Mr. Stubbs?
Where'd you get that from?
A report from a member of the public.
Oh, I get it. You lying piece of scum.
Hey! Get off me! Get off! Charlie Stubbs, I'm arresting you on suspicion of holding an illegal firearm. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be taken in evidence. Yeah?
Charlie! Charlie! What's going on? You've got it all wrong. You made a mistake. He's done nothing wrong.
Clear the bar, get a place.
He's not done anything wrong. He's...